Hello there. Ayaw naman. Hello there. Thanks again for tuning in. On this video, we are talking about the power of habits through writing. This will be a two-part series, and for today, we are focusing on healing through journaling. Now, I know writing is not for everyone, even specifically journaling. I hear that some people even just don't feel comfortable just writing or expressing themselves on a piece of notebook. If this is you and you don't like to write or you struggle just constructing different sentences, I have a few tips on how you can work around that and still make it beneficial for you. So for example, you can just write a word over and over on an entire page. You can just write a sentence over and over for pages until you feel like you have already let out that emotion or that frustration or whatever that may be. I started writing when I was a little girl. Growing up, there was an age gap between all my 4 older siblings and me, so I was on my own a lot. When I was upset, I had no one to talk to, so I learned to let out my emotions through writing intuitively. And at such a young age, I needed to express myself, and writing became just that, my outlet. Now, there is something powerful in writing. When you write pages after pages, or write a word over and over on an entire page to describe how you feel at the time, there is something very therapeutic about that. When we talk and verbalize how we feel inside, it helps us a great deal to release all the emotions we have inside of us. But more often than not, I know that many people feel uncomfortable opening up to someone just for many reasons. I believe writing is the next best thing. Writing those thoughts and emotions on paper becomes a way of releasing them and letting them go. It becomes that outlet that serves to give us space for relief and healing. Now, I write almost every day, but of course I miss some days. But I definitely write when I'm really upset or when I'm frustrated about something, and because it helps me process that emotion and process that thing, whatever is going on inside of me, on my own, in my own space and in my own time. But I find that there is also something so magical about writing something when there is some momentous experience or a joyful moment. And for me, I feel like it solidifies that joy, and it's something that I can always go back to and feel grateful about, especially in those times of need that you're needing something to just be thankful for. So based on my own experience, there are different ways of writing. So one is you write as if you're talking to someone. And I think that's the most common way of journaling, and because that's how I started when I was young. My idea of journaling is just writing like I was talking to someone, and I was like, and the notebook becomes your friend, really. The second way of writing is sort of like you're talking to yourself, like you're writing a letter to yourself. And you comfort yourself that way, and you ask yourself, how are you really feeling? And then you start writing from there. The third way, which has been something that I have learned to do in the last couple of years, especially in a time for me where I am strengthening my faith, it's actually I'm writing a letter to God. It's like my prayer. It develops that intimate relationship with your faith and really believing and asking for guidance and asking for strength every day. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of different ways to work around it. Journaling is not just about writing paragraphs and pages after pages. While that is really the idea of it, for someone who may not be that comfortable or who's just starting, I think it would be a good way to just not overwhelm yourself with the idea of that, and instead just write a word. And there is really something powerful about that. So these are the ways that I have learned from my own experience. Again, I am not a medical expert. I am someone who has struggled with mental health issues for most of my life. And from my own experience, writing has been one of the most powerful tools and habits that really have helped me in my healing journey. I hope this helps you in some way and gives you an idea on how to start your own habit of writing if you haven't already started. Thanks again for watching, and I hope that you are enjoying these videos. I try to be real and organic about the content I put out, and I want to make sure that I give you something of value to you. Please let me know if you have any thoughts or any suggestions or ideas, and I would really, really appreciate that. So again, this is a 2-part series, and the second part will be coming out next week, and that is more about a habit of writing that will support you day to day. It's more practical, and it's probably something that you didn't think you needed. And if you're enjoying these videos, please don't forget to subscribe so you also don't miss out any new videos coming out. Sending you my love and gratitude.